Good morning from foggy Shag Harbour. I'm in Barrington for the next 2 days to eat some lobster, visit some beaches, check out some lighthouses, and also the only UFO incident that has been recognized by the government. So I'm at the Haddock Shack in Shag Harbour, and as you drive into Barrington, you see all of the different fish plants. So this is already going to be one of the best places to eat fish and chips because you know the fish is going to be fresh. And this fish looks so good. It's lightly battered. Crisp, really great fresh fish. And then I'm assuming these are McCain's frozen fries, which are fine because I came here for the fish. But this is a really nice light option for fish and chips in Nova Scotia. I'm at the Shag Harbour UFO Museum, and in 1967, many people in Barrington area reported lights and a crash into the ocean, felt that it was a UFO or something else. The government came and searched for 5 days, and they said they couldn't find anything. And today it remains the only UFO sighting that's been acknowledged by any government in the world. However, no one called to report a UFO, only to the RCMP to report the crash. You can come to this museum. There is lots of articles and information, but also there's Laurie Wickens, who was the first person to report the call to the RCMP. He's here on almost all Saturdays and Sundays, and he'll tell you what he thinks about what happened.
Government says something come down and we officially search for it. It's the only one worldwide that they search for. They admit they search for it. You know, there's some in England that, you know, they had them, it was all guarded off. They searched for it. They seem to have them. This is the only one in the world that something come down, the government admit something come down, and they admit this, officially search for it. Whether they found anything or not, they're not saying.
Do you think they found something and they didn't tell you?
They just can't prove it.
Stopped into Dan's ice cream shop, and while it does have lots of ice cream, it's also very popular for guacamole and rice bowls and a number of savory items, also cookies. And I picked up this oatmeal brown bread because it is so soft. It just seems like it's gonna be really good. But I stopped in here for this, the banana split. I don't have banana splits often, but this just looked like the kind of place where you have to have one. This, unbelievably, is the junior size. There's actually a bigger size one. It's ice cream. One side has hot caramel, the other side has hot fudge, soft serve. This is the hot caramel side. The fog is gone and the sun is out, so we came to Sherose Island Trail. It's a 1 kilometer loop, and it features Sherose Island Rocks, which is a kindness program where people paint rocks and they leave them along this loop. So you're encouraged to take just one, but also to leave more than you take. Some of these are really beautiful and some are nice works of art by children, but some are actually super, super impressive. It's a really beautiful walk through here. It's gonna take us longer than we thought because we keep stopping to look at the rocks. I set myself aside, lead the way on this trial. Oh, these are, oh, look at this one. Let the winds blow. I know we walk for days, losing hope. Look at this little man on the tree. So cute. Waking up to another day. Herd crossing. This was really nice, just long enough. So many rocks out here. You definitely will find some. Pro tip, before we came in here, my mother said, should we put on bug spray? And I said, no, we won't need it. You need it. That's my fault. I know we're going somewhere. Barrington has a number of small museums. The first one we're going to visit is the Woolen Mill Museum. That was a really great tour. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was going to be boring, but the museum was really interesting. This was once a working mill, and they still have all of the elements of the mill in there. They walk you through it and basically show you how to take wool and make it into yarn, and then they've got people dyeing it and using the loom. Throughout the week, they do have periods of time where they'll show you making different tartans. So they do the Clark Harbour, the Barrington, and the Nova Scotia tartan. Unfortunately, they weren't doing it today because it takes up to a day to actually just set up the loom in order for them to do it. But well worth it. It's free admission all summer, and it was free admission last summer, 15-20 minutes. If you're really into yarn, they also offer workshops in the evening, both dyeing and some other workshops. So for someone who doesn't knit, I still thought it was interesting. So the mill is part of a trio of historical spots that include the old meeting place and this replica of the Seal Island Lighthouse, which I've heard you can walk to the top. And you can climb to the top of this lighthouse and look down. It's about half the height, I think, of the regular Seal Island Lighthouse, but that's fine. So this lighthouse is a museum, several floors of information about lighthouses, the region. They also have the original light from the Seal Island Lighthouse, but you can climb to the top and get a fantastic view. So I'm here at JB's Steak and Seafood Restaurant. Of course, there's steak, but when in Barrington, you must eat seafood. This looks already so good. There's tons of seafood, fish, potato. I know this is going to be great. This is really good. It's very rich tasting, but not heavy on the cream. Lots of seafood. This is so good. Got the cup for $8.50. If you want to get the roll, it's another $1, but it looks like a great roll. And if you're gonna eat a cup of chowder, you need to have a roll. The fish and chips here are lightly battered. And when you've got fresh fish, you just need a light batter. This is really good. It's not the thick, puffy beer batter that you would get in other places around Nova Scotia, but it's just tasty, fresh fish, light batter, really good, not too greasy. Here we go. Here is the room. So cute. Even though we're only gone for 2 nights, look how much luggage we brought. Another foggy day. Barrington is home to some of the best beaches in Nova Scotia, and people come here just for the beach. So the fog is supposed to lift a little bit later, but it's actually quite warm. Yesterday as well, it was foggy, but still very warm. Wore shorts, tank top, it was great. It's a gorgeous morning to have breakfast outside on Cape Sable Island. Yes, it's a little bit foggy, but it's also not too hot. I'm having the Seal Island breakfast today, which is lobster and eggs. And no one really knows why it's called Seal Island breakfast. However, it's likely because at one point, lobster was poor man's food. And so lobster for breakfast would have been a great way to stretch a meal. Today, it's a very decadent way to start a day and the perfect way to start a day in Barrington. So Kim made these fresh this morning, and then she also gave us some rose hip jam to try. I've never really had lobster and scrambled eggs before, but it's really, really good. This is really good. Now, to have the Seal Island breakfast, you do need someone to make it for you here. I haven't seen it on any menu, but this is a fantastic B&B and I would highly recommend coming here. Well, indeed, it is foggy out here. You can hear the foghorn, a bunch of seagulls. I saw a family just go over the hill, so it's still a beach day. Oh, actually, guys, this is beautiful, even in the fog. Let me show you. You gotta admire a family who makes any day at the beach a good day. All right, here we are at Hawk Beach. Somewhere out there is Cape Light, but we can't see it through the fog. This is the most southerly point of Nova Scotia. It's a very important birding area as well, important for conservation. The sand here is white. It's a white sand beach. And there's a 1,500-year-old drowned forest here. It's still a lovely beach. There's a family here and they're having a great time. So it just goes to show you, you don't need like blue skies, sunny day. It's still really warm out here. Well, if you're looking for a typical Nova Scotia experience, this is it. On the beach and it's foggy. Beautiful day, super warm. But yeah, it's just foggy. Blue skies are gone. I'm sure they'll come back the day I leave. Alright, I'm at Capt and Cat's Lobster Shack in Barrington Passage, and it is known as one of the best places in Nova Scotia to eat any kind of lobster. So the lobster fishermen in the area will bring in unusual looking lobster, like this blue one. There's also a speckled one. There's an orange one, that one's not even cooked yet, and then another blue one. I'm here with my mother and we decided to split a lobster roll, and the people here are so nice, they actually put it on 2 plates for us, which I think was such a nice touch. This is great lobster, very sweet. That's the foghorn. I'm at Baccaro Point, a lighthouse. So while I couldn't see the lighthouse from Hawk Beach, I came out to Baccaro Point because it is the only lighthouse in Barrington that is accessible by land. So there it is. I found a lighthouse. The foghorn is going. The funny thing is, the weather is beautiful. The sun is trying to come out through the fog and it's really warm out. It's nice here. I just can't see the beach or anything, but we're having a great time because you know what? Even if it's foggy, that doesn't mean you can't see your food that you're eating. And the food here in Barrington so far has been fantastic. The sun is peeking out, and so we are at Sandhills Beach Provincial Park. It's a 2.5 kilometer white sand beach. It's also a conservation area for birds. And just so nice to see the sun, yes. Oh, it is just an observation deck, okay. Oh, it's so pretty out here. That was such a beautiful beach. We didn't bring our swim stuff, but we wanted to take a look to make a note that the next time we come to Barrington to go there. So Sand Hills Beach Provincial Park. Not a lot of people here at all, and I don't know why, because it's gorgeous. White sand beach, shallow water. Ugh, I want to go to the beach. Ask a local here where to get seafood and they're gonna tell you West Head Takeout, which is right by the boats. You can't get more fresh than this. Cash only, takeout only, but they do have some picnic tables, so that's where we're going.
There's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like no one.
I am here, are you?
I'm not, I'm from the valley.
Really?
Yeah?
How far are we down here?
This place.
Ah, best club in town.
That's what I heard.
I eat here every day.
What do you get?
I usually get cheeseburgers and fish.
You get a cheeseburger at a fish place?
Yes.
Yeah, I came down here for fish and some lobster. Where should I eat lobster? You don't know.
Like the one on the border.
How good does this look? Well, those are the fries, but let's take a look at the fish. So here in Barrington, they make fish and chips a little bit differently. Instead of doing a beer batter or something like that, they actually do a very light batter with a cracker crumb and milk. And really here, that's all you need because the fish is so fresh. It results in just like very flaky fish and chips. So light, so flavorful, and you know the fish is so fresh. It's just very simple, but so good. So if you're going to come here, a must stop is West Head Takeout. And while I was here waiting for my order, I started talking to a local fisherman who knew right away that I wasn't from here. Had a great conversation with him because he wanted to prove if I knew what I was talking about and asked me if I cooked lobster with the bands on. Of course you don't cook lobster with elastic on. Anyway, he also told me his secret is yes, the water needs to be as salty as the ocean when you cook lobster, but he also puts a bunch of sugar in it, and that makes it sweeter. And I've had pretty sweet lobster around here, and so I'm wondering if that's the secret to Barrington lobster. One last stop. I'm here at Anchors Away in Clyde River for my last taste of lobster. Here they're known for lobster poutine, creamed lobster, lobster rolls, hot lobster, tons of different lobster. But what I wanted to get before I left was just some good, simple lobster. And so I got a simple lobster sandwich. This is just good comfort food. I know it's trendy to get it on whole wheat bread or grain bread, but I actually prefer lobster sandwiches just on white with mayo, some lettuce. That is the best way to eat it. It reminds me of growing up. Such a classic. These things never go away. I did hear they also have some boozy shakes. I'm so tempted, but it's still pretty early in the day to have a boozy shake, so I guess I'm going to have to come back next time.